All right, Team Hibagon Battalion. Yesterday we inspected the east section of the third ring of our lost and found castle, our 1,300-year-old castle. Our castle now, I think, Castle Team Hibagon, under the international law of salvage. If I'm wrong, please don't correct me. Captain Toothman, may I ask you to take charge of that section? This is so much fun. My lieutenants yesterday were great. Those two super cheerful, super good sport junior high school girls, not afraid to scramble around and get dirty. Kome-chan told me that she is now addicted, her word, addicted to mountain climbing and exploring. I asked Chiyuna-chan if she liked history. She said no, sorry, she hated it. She hates history. All those stupid dates and dumb treaties and stuff. I said yes, but you know, there are different ways to study history and teach it. Come here. Come on over here. Put your hands on these stones. Just grab onto these stones. She did. I said, you are now holding on to 1,300 years of lost history, lost and forgotten. Nobody knows about this place. Nobody knows about this moment right now. Not your mom, not your dad, not your history teacher, not the mayor of this city, not even the descendants of this castle's lord. Only we three, only we know about this right now. I saw the light come on in her eyes. All right, if you'll follow me, please, we will inspect the center of our bottom ring of defense, starting at the wet moat, the water moat. Now, I'm not going to ask you to climb down there. It's about 6 feet deep with vertical sides. Only a fool would try to go down there. So we are in the moat. This is the Mizubori moat, or fortified creek. The water source is up there. It's a popular hog waller. The creek comes down here, but it's been sculpted with these vertical slopes on either side. This is a dam, an antique dam. And all along this side, we find traces of stone wall, the same as we find on the Fighting Kurua. And down at the very end, a beautiful section of complete stone wall. So yes, this is absolutely a moat, a wet moat. And it's beautiful. Okay, on the left side of the parking lot is the moat. The parking lot is a covered over kurua, a flattened fighting platform. Men would be stationed here to repel any attackers from across the moat. To the right of the parking lot, you see the Kirigishi shaped slope. So up above, it's relatively gentle, and then it abruptly turns into this almost vertical, I'll say 80-degree slope. Impossible to climb, easy to defend. We'll have a look at what's on top there. So we're going to see if we can get along that trail. I know these girls can. These slender, fit girls. We'll see if fat Oji-san can do it. We'll try. This might be comedic. I'll go first. And Chiuna's behind me, and then Kome. That's our battle order. Okay, here we go. Okay, very narrow. I can just put 2 feet side by side. You can see remnants of stone wall. Pretty up here. Oh, it's not so scary. I think we're going to be all right. So pretty. Okay. Where does that go? Oh, look. Okay, we're on top of the slope, and we find a second layer. That gives a second layer of defense. Interesting. We'll continue along this high road. Not as scary as I anticipated. It's wider up here on top. Makes sense, gives us movement to fight, space to fight in. Okay, I'm going to point the camera down. We're looking down on the parking lot where the attackers are beginning to mass, because we've given up the moat and we've pulled back up onto this slope. Yeah, there's lots of space up here. Not bad at all. And pretty. That looks like it could have been a lower fighting platform there. Stones. All right. I can see the modern main stairs up. And now in front of us, coming into view, is the first Tatebori vertical moat and the Troll Bridge. So, when it's that time of the battle, the defenders can quickly vacate that slope, run across here, over the moat, pull up the bridge after you, take that with you, and the attackers are now stuck with no way over. They will have to climb down and then try to climb up. And I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm in the Tatebori, going down it, and there are traces of stone wall lining, but most of the stone has fallen into the tatebori, and I'm walking on top of and over them. Now the walls of the tatebori are not so high here. With a little teamwork together, we could get into the tatebori relatively safely in peacetime and out the other side. But the tatebori is wide here. And then wherever the sides get more vertical and higher, the trench is narrower because there's no way out. So you don't have to dig very much. Wonderful. Back up this way, back up to the bridge. And the girls. Hi, girls. Don't throw rocks at me. Don't throw any more rocks at me. I'm on top of Tier 2 now, but on the west side now, looking down at Tier 1. Tier 1 is cut through here by the tatebori, the vertical moat. And directly across from me, I'm looking at the east side of Tier 2, looking down on Tier 1. Up at Tier 3 and 4. Hope this comes out on video. Okay, Kome is sweeping this bottom kuruwa with the metal detector, and we're getting no hits. And that's not surprising, because this castle is extremely old. It's ancient, and they weren't using very much metal. They didn't have much metal, and what they had was very precious, so they weren't likely to lose it or waste it. Standing again on top of the first western kuruwa. I hope you can see that nice clean edge. The tatebori fake road up, and the corner of the eastern lower kuruwa. And now we're going to go back up to the bridge that we crossed over on the first tatebori. There's something here, but it was way deep under some pretty big tree roots, so we're going to give up on that. Maybe come again on a dedicated metal detecting day. That beautiful stone wall. That was not a tile. Remember, I thought that might have been a curved tile. It is a curved stone. So nothing to see here, folks.
back up this walkway. The walkway, kind of a staircase that goes down the Kurua, parallel to the Tatebori. Now we're at the top of the Tatebori. Beautiful stonework here. Back to the main hiking path and down. To the first Tatebori that my kids like to play. What's that story with the goats? Is it the three billy goats, Gruff and the troll? We like to reenact that story here. Carefully, Kyle. Over the bridge. Pause to look down. Down the Tatebori. Here it's not so deep, maybe about 2 meters deep, but very wide. And looking up, it becomes very narrow, but impossibly high and steep on both sides. And I can't even go up the Tatebori very far. Tatebori is anchored on this immense boulder here, this big rock on this side. And on the attacker's side, this gigantic rock blocks any way around the Tatebori. So it's beautifully designed. You agree, girls? Yeah, the girls agree. Okay, we're once again going to take the high trail from the first Tatebori up to the top of the parking. We're going over the parking. And it's so pretty here. I thought I'd better video this again. Oh, I hope you can see these beautiful blossoms and flowers. Big old bee. It sure is a pretty place for a castle. Little butterfly. Beautiful sweater lady told me the name of this purple flower, but I don't remember. この花の名前わかる？知ってるね。No. It's pretty. Smells pretty too, hey? Doesn't it smell good? いい匂いね。イノシシここ。Wild pig damage. Chewing up the trail. Digging it up. Okay, so here we are at the head of the parking, and the modern dam And there are steps of ancient dam all the way up. You can see. Maybe you can see. Walking on the dam, I don't really like it, but there's a step of ancient dam. So we're going to continue up along this moat and show you something new.